Hey everybody, this is Phil George, and the topic I'm going to talk about today deals with income. I'm going to keep this pretty straight to the point. I'm going to keep it short and simple. There are a lot of people out there that I know, and at one time I was one of those people, and I didn't understand the concept of generating income. I didn't know that there was more than one way you can earn income or you can create or generate wealth. Um, all I knew was that you go to work, you get paid, you go home, you get a check every 2 weeks. And I was trying to create a lifestyle out of working a job. But once I got the concept of the other incomes that I can generate and make without putting in the same efforts as working a job, it was one of those things, amongst other things, that really changed my view about corporate America and working a job. And the three incomes that I'm going to talk about is linear income, residual income, and passive income. Now, the first income I'm going to talk about is linear income or working income. That's the income that over 90% of the population of this world is currently doing right now. And that's because no one took the time and educate us about the different types of income that they were. That's not the way the education system was built. It was built so we can learn a skill, learn how to do a job, and basically go to work and earn an income that way. But that's really a whole other subject. So linear income, the basic definition of it is trading time for dollars. You go to work, you work 8 hours, you get paid for 8, or I guess in some cases 7 because you go an hour for lunch. But you get paid, you go to work for 8 hours, and once you leave for the day, that's it. You stop getting paid right then and there. You start to get paid when you punch in. You stop getting paid when you work out. I'm sorry, when you finish for the day. You work 5 days a week. You don't get paid Saturday or Sunday, or whatever days off that you have. You don't get paid for those days that you don't work. That's something that will create a living for you. Some people have created a better living for themselves, through linear income. Other people who are not so fortunate don't get paid as much, who probably have to put in long hours and work more days just to create somewhat of a living. But that's the way it works. You're there, you get paid. You're not there, you don't get paid. And if for those who want to create a lifestyle for themselves and for their family, that's not really the ideal way of making it happen, because I don't know of anybody who works a job who's rich. That's just not. I don't know anybody like that. So I did that for many years myself. I worked, went to work, did my job, went home. At the end of the week, paid my bills, and I was, out there working again to generate more money, to try to get behind that 8 ball. And again, as long as you work a job, it's not going to happen. It's really not going to happen. So as I went out there and got outside my box, I started learning from other people who were generating wealth. And there's two other types of incomes that I've learned. And one of those that I'm going to talk about is residual income. And again, I'm just going to keep this basic and as simple as possible. Residual income is one way where a person can generate wealth for themselves as well as for their family. I'm going to use music, for instance, and I'm going to use Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson 30 years ago created an album, Thriller. Now, whether you liked it or not is really irrelevant. But he went in the studio one time, did Billie Jean, did Beat It, did Thriller, did PYT, did all those songs. And once that album was released, every time he sold every time he sold an album or a single, or any time his music was played on the public venue, Michael Jackson got paid for that. Now that's doing something one time, a one-time effort, and getting paid over and over and over again. Now I use Michael Jackson as an example because Michael Jackson is no longer with us, but yet his music that he went and did 30 years ago, he still gets paid for it today through his estate. So what he did was he created what they call generational income. Residual income can become generational income because your family can benefit from your own efforts that you put in 30 years ago. Another example of residual income is if you wrote a book. Same concept. You write a book, and every time that book gets sold, you get paid for it. So another word for residual income can be called royalties, excuse me. So that's a simple concept about residual income. Passive income is where you are making money off the efforts of other people. A perfect example, and again, I want to keep it simple as possible, is think of a franchise like McDonald's. Let's say you wanted to be an owner of a McDonald's. You know, you pay the licensing fees, you get everything in order, you open up your McDonald's, you're ready to go to work, you're in business for yourself. Well, a lot of people who don't understand business or who don't realize it, that McDonald's makes anywhere between 6 to 8% off of each franchise that's runs. So the owner itself gets about, I would say about 92 to 94%. McDonald's gets about, I'm just going to keep it roughly 8%. So now McDonald's gets a piece of every McDonald's that's open around the world, even though they physically are not running the franchise. Because of the name McDonald's, they receive passive income on a monthly basis. As long as that restaurant is open and is running, that company, McDonald's, still gets paid over and over and over again. So that's another way of generating income. Passive income at that. So now you know what residual income is, one-time effort, and passive income, where you get paid off of other people's efforts without physically having to do it yourself. So I hope that people got the concept of what passive and residual income is, because it's so very important to know that you can go out there and create those incomes. Now, you may not have the money to open up your own McDonald's. You may not be a singer like Michael Jackson, but you can still find different ways to create those incomes. And again, you don't even have to leave your job if you don't want to. You can create another stream of income for you and your family that can take care of them as time goes on and take care of yourself. Now, the advantages of residual and passive income, I'm just going to say this very quick, is that it creates time freedom. Because imagine you made a song and your song gets played on the radio and you get paid for it, but you're on vacation with your family. Just imagine being on vacation with your family, enjoying, having fun with your family, and the check is coming in, money is rolling into your bank account, and you physically don't have to be anywhere. Or just imagine if you owned a building and people paid you rent every month, and again, you're on vacation with your family, you're traveling with your family, you're sleeping, and money's still coming to your account. I mean, that's one of the greatest feelings in the world, to be asleep and still get paid while you sleep. You know, still get paid to live your life, to have your time back, not only for yourself and your peace of mind, but, you know, to where you're physically there to watch your family. You watch your kids grow, you take them to school, you pick them up from school. And when you work a job, because you physically have to be there, that takes a lot away from you, from being able to be there with your family to watch your kids grow up, because you work so hard to take care of them. Because so you put your kids, they become latchkey, and you end up putting your kids, to, your parents or friends to take care of them. And then when you get home, your kids are not, you don't have the quality time that you want to spend with your kids, man. So, hopefully this makes sense to you. That now you understand the three types of income to make, and from being educated, or you can even educate yourself more about passive and linear income, you can find out what is best for you of the opportunities that's out there. So you can create another source of income, and hopefully to get your time back for you and your family. So I hope this made sense, and I hope this helped out, and I'll see you next time. Take care.